Hey everybody, welcome to the 8.
Hi.
Everybody, whoever you are, you know some of you.
Thanks for viewing.
This week we're gonna play the Dum Dum Challenge.
The Dum Dum Challenge, let's go.
Dum Dum Challenge. Now Cassie thinks there's a way that we're playing this game.
I never know.
But I've
the
already
rules.
changed rules.
Great.
So I will explain the point after we've completed this competition.
Okay.
We're gonna start going, and we're gonna see how many Dum Dums you can fit in your mouth at one point. Ready?
That doesn't seem like a fun contest.
Well, let's see. We'll count 'em
I'm
off.
just going to eat one.
1, 2.
I can't even unwrap the first one.
Count your number, Cassie.
1. Uh-huh.
3.
Oh, it's bubblegum. That's going to be a really cute image.
You're really following it up.
Yeah, I'm
4.
stopping at 1. I thought it was like cherry.
5.
Just don't choke.
Supposed to guess the mystery flavors.
We're not guessing the mystery flavors, Allie. How many do I have now? She
1, 2,
just
3,
took them.
6. The sticks make it helpful for counting purposes.
Oh,
8.
oh.
I didn't know that they made bubblegum Dum Dums. 9. 10. Almost.
Ah!
Dum Dum down.
Oh,
I know you're gonna do it. I hate that I know what you just said. 10. The point is,
Go too quickly.
something quickly. Sorry that y'all have to watch whatever is happening over there right now. Gross.
First of all, I win. Ooh, that one's actually pretty good.
I really didn't try.
Second of all, franchise brands sometimes grow too fast. And sometimes the support that they can offer does not match or align with how fast they're growing. So for you startup franchisors, be careful. Don't get 10 Dum Dums in your system. 10 Dum Dums are not going to help you grow.
That's funny.
1 Dum Dum you can deal with. You can actually protect 1 Dum Dum. But you cannot predict and protect 10 Dum Dums. It will make your system collapse. On the reverse, franchisees, don't buy Dum Dum franchises. If you buy a Dum Dum franchise that doesn't show you great product, great leadership, great territory availability, strong unit level economics, both how much it costs to get into it and how much you can make, and most importantly, great validation, then it won't be the right brand for you. So be careful in the way that you purchase franchises. Brought to you by Dum Dums all across our bowl. This is the 8. I like the Dum Dum Challenge.
I like the Dum Dum challenge. It's the most I've said Dum Dum in my entire life.
I've said Dum Dum a lot this week.
Kicking things off with some fantastic
Kicking it off.
news. So there's good news for people that are franchisees or entrepreneurs looking to get into the industry. There's an article in Forbes that breaks down why owning a franchise business is good for the entire family. It goes from a lot of the things we've talked about before of managing that work-life balance. If you have a family business, it teaches responsibility at a young age. It's a good way to get people involved in their local communities. But there was also a report, the 2017 State Independence Report, that showed that 74% of independent workers, like franchisees, are satisfied with their jobs and their careers.
I think it makes sense.
It does.
Good point.
Cool. Fran Leverty. We have a lot of Fran Leverty.
Post Malone?
No, it's not Post Malone.
No,
Although,
not Post Malone.
Post Malone, if you want to come on this show,
Post Malone? Well,
just Post Malone.
Post Malone, we invite you onto our program.
That would be a weird twist, but I'd be for it.
I'd be for it too.
Yeah. Okay.
Frankly, I would be any Fran Leverty.
And yeah.
We invite you here. We've had
Yeah.
Come Over Here.
Come over.
We've had French Fry. We've had, who else have been special guests on the 8?
Sean.
Oh, Sean. Well, Sean's not special. Sean just like special 1851 period. Remember the one where we had the giant panel?
Oh yeah, there were like
And then
7
there
of
was
us.
like this weird like like 70s porn music, went dun 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 dun, and like did a whole panel of all of us. Yeah,
of all of us. Yeah.
We got a lot of Fran celebrities.
We did.
All right, so who's our Fran celebrity this week?
We have a lot of Fran celebrities this week.
Ooh.
So we're continuing on. As you know, this month is the 2018 Franchise Legal Players issue that is currently live. All of the profiles for the lawyers that we're featuring are up. But every week here on the 8, we're going to be shouting out the ones that we are featuring this week. So they will be linked out in the newsletter. Go take a look at the profiles that are this week's features.
Yeah, obviously we're featuring as many attorneys as we can, and we've had a few of you reach out, post us, running all of the attorneys that filled out the questionnaire. We welcome you to provide comments or content in the future. And obviously, as our editorial team looks for resources, we welcome everybody. So whether you're a client of 1851 or not, we want you as a part of our system. So 1851 is meant to be a curated content journey for everything franchising. So if you guys have good news, let us know. And we'll be happy to post it.
All right.
Moving on.
Moving on. So Fresh Money, we've talked a lot about Dunkin Donuts. They're doing a lot of things to make more fresh money, but now they're going to be testing out donut fries in Boston, which I think is probably honestly going to go over well, even if it sounds a little bit gross. They're kind of building off of Taco Bell just did their nacho fries. It's trendy.
Which is gone.
Yeah, RIP.
Well, temporary.
For now.
It'll resurrect at some point.
It always does, but...
You know what's interesting about the Dunkin' Donuts fries?
What?
Weren't they going to just go to Dunkin'?
Yeah.
Aren't they trying to move away from the donuts?
From donuts. But they can't forget it. It's part of their
brand.
brand.
No, and I think it's going to taste like, what are those things called?
Churros?
No.
Beignets?
Nope. Closer at Carnival's.
Funnel cake.
Thank you, Emily. This is
why she needs to be mic'd, because I don't know.
Funnel cake. I bet you those things are going to.
It's probably going to be really good.
I cannot support Dunkin' Donuts donut fries.
Why?
Growing up as a fat kid who was bullied all of the time, a high percentage of my weight probably came from eating Dunkin' Donuts. I freaking love Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, I remember my parents would, on some weekends, would bring home donuts, and there'd be a dozen donuts, and there were 5 of us in our family. Skinny brother, skinny other brother.
Skinny other brother.
Big Nick.
Aw, sad.
It is what it is. I've worked hard. I do my steps. My mom and my dad, and they would each have a donut out of a dozen donuts.
Yeah.
And man, just like those Dum Dums, I would slam those things in that mouth. I figured the faster that I could eat a donut, and by the way, Christian, I would beat you any day at a speed contest at donuts. There, I said it live on the air.
Fighting words.
What are you gonna do? You can't come over here. You gotta stay over there. I would pack the donuts. So I won't be. I haven't.
You won't be trying it out.
The only time I order Dunkin' Donuts right now, I get Dunkin' Donut coffee every morning, but the only time I get Dunkin' Donuts is when I get Dunkin' Holes or donuts for the office.
Munchkins are the best.
Those are dangerous.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. There you go, Dunkin'.
I've learned so much from that Fresh Money story.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's good. So on to another frant. So this week.
Uh-oh. What did I write about?
I actually liked it for this week.
What?
It's about.
No.
No. I like all of them.
Backtrack.
For this
actually
week.
liked this one this week?
No. That is not what I said. I liked it for this week. I like all of your columns, but in particular, I like this one for this week.
Speaking of the legal issue, which we were speaking about a little while ago, Cassie would make a fantastic attorney. Let me tell you why. The second she says something that puts me down, she has well, you would make a great publicist too.
I would.
You're not even on the PR team, but you would
My
make
parents
a great...
did always say that I would be a lawyer.
Just saying, she's got skills. Like if someone could pay for her law school.
My arguing skills.
Yeah, can you argue without having a law degree?
I mean, yeah, not professionally, but yeah.
Not professionally. Go ahead.
Okay. So it's about change in a company and how it can be a challenging thing, but founders are not afraid of that change because it means that there's a greater good happening within the company.
Yeah,
See, that's literally what I said.
I did write about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think the founder and the entrepreneur, their mindset, and I have founder syndrome just as bad as the next person. You're on such a mission to do something great that sometimes your expectations don't always align with what is realistic, and it's important for you to recognize those flaws and rely on your team to help figure out what are the realistic things. There's many scenarios of a founder saying, I want 30 franchises sold next year. You're like, well, what's the highest number of deals you've done in a year? And they're like, 10. Like, yeah, we're probably not going to do 30 deals in the next year. And what it does, it puts this false pressure on a team. Now, there is a balance of asking for a little bit more stretch goals to try to push a team to get the goals that they want. But anyway, the column I dove into somewhat of the founder syndrome and a little bit into the mindset of how some of us work. It's a crazy mind that we live in, but we have to be conscious of those that we work with. So
Good for it.
I feel that last face where I went like this. Emily's gonna Photoshop in like the Michael Jordan tear, and there's gonna be like a tear rolling down my cheek.
Sad MJ. I like it.
All right, go ahead.
All right, branching forward. So we've talked about Chipotle. Despite not really being a franchise, they do have a lot of lessons you can take away as a franchise company, especially within that restaurant space. They've had a really hard time branching forward with a lot of the illness outbreaks that have been going on and rebuilding that trust with consumers. So now in an effort to do that, they're attempting to divert half of their waste from landfills by 2020 in an effort to make an environmental step forward.
Right.
I think it's a good idea to kind of combat the negative press. But
Good move.
yeah.
Things that brand should be looking at anyway, and they
Right.
just hired a new CEO. So
Yep.
they're obviously trying to correct the ship that's been a little bit turbulent. So.
Yep. All right, our Fran Funny this week, we're going to have our producer Emily put it up on the screen for you, but obviously the biggest news story of the week has been Mark Zuckerberg testifying to Congress. So these are some of the best memes and jokes that the internet had from his appearance that really were entertaining for me this week. So that's all I got.
Those are amazing.
It's so good. Okay.
Cassie, will you please share with our audience what is your home address?
No.
Would you please share with the audience all of the last text messages that you sent and who you sent them to?
Most definitely not.
See, I thought that was a good point by Senator Durbin.
It was.
From Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, what I thought was cool about the Zuckerberg thing, and I know this is Fran Funny and I'm being Fran serious.
There's a lot of stuff to learn.
I thought it was interesting that you have, social media has now made it to the forefront where you're being discussed in front of politicians about what is the impact. And some of the questions are important. Transparency, privacy. There was a lot there. I thought one of the interesting takeaways is with some of the new ad policies, Facebook's saying you click on a Facebook page and you'll be able to see all of the ads that brand is running so that you can see full transparency. I think that's genius. I'm sure there's some franchisors out there that will be a little hesitant on allowing their competition to see how they're using Facebook to drive leads, both for consumers and franchises. But why not? Be transparent. Let it all out there. Okay.
Cool. All right, our Franspiration comes from one of our legal players, so they won't be included in this week's roundup, so everyone has their equal linking in the newsletter. Fair and balanced. So this is from, I feel like I'm going to pronounce this wrong because I always pronounce it wrong. Lee Plave?
Lee Plave.
Plave?
It's Lee Plave.
I don't know.
But Lee Plave.
I'm giving it a Lake Flair.
Lee Plave.
I don't know.
I like that.
Thanks.
Lee Plave.
That's always how I've said it in my head
I like
for the past
Plave.
2 years.
Yeah.
So, Lee Plave.
Lee
Sorry
Plave.
for butchering your last name, but you're not alone in that category of people whose names I've butchered. There are so many smart, talented, and entrepreneurial people involved in working with franchisors, franchisees, and suppliers, and the best of their collective energy and smarts have always been the difference maker.
Collective smarts. Love it. Go ahead.
Cool. All right, Frenemies versus Fran. So Papa John's has experienced a lot of change recently. They just brought in a new CEO. So trying to be a better Fran to consumers, they're rolling out a lot of new marketing campaigns centered on value. Their CEO even mentioned on a call that it's perceived as a brand that's too expensive, and that's why people aren't coming to them. So we'll see if it works. But
If I were their board, I would have hired Mama John. Mama John could come in there and save things.
I would have hired Lil Jon.
I don't know that that's a good idea.
I mean, I think it would have been entertaining.
Shut. Hey, this is the 8. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.